Blake Lively's horrendous behavior on set gets exposed by her former co-star, and apparently she's super entitled behind the scenes.
A TikTok chef who used to be a former actress is saying she was very condescending, would fart on set, and allegedly burp.
Blake Lively is getting the backlash of her life as many past and hidden secrets are exposed.
It seems the It Ends With Us fiasco isn't the only Blake Lively drama dominating Hollywood right now. While fans debate her legal showdown with co-star Justin Baldoni, fresh allegations about her on-set conduct have surfaced.
I'm a sociopath.
And big time stops.
Yeah.
But like, that's just how it's been for us.
Rosella Rego, an actress turned YouTuber who hosts the Italian cooking show Cooking with Nonna, claimed she had first-hand experience with Blake's horrendous attitude during her time as an extra on Gossip Girl. Rego, who says she's worked on the teen drama across all 6 seasons, shared quite a few eyebrow-raising anecdotes, including stories about burping, flatulence, and a sense that Blake rarely gave the time of day to those beneath her.
There was a lot of expansion and contraction. They can't contain you anymore.
If that's true, it adds another layer to the complicated picture fans are assembling of Blake, who's already facing harsh scrutiny thanks to her tiff with Justin. Rego didn't mince words. She said Blake was very unpleasant to work with, pointing to incidents like Blake burping and farting in the middle of set, acting like we were lucky to be smelling her farts. Rosella's commentary came in a TikTok video that quickly grabbed attention online. She also took a jab at Blake's rumored sense of entitlement, crediting it partly to her Nepo baby status. Blake's father, Ernie Lively, was an actor, and her older siblings also dabbled in entertainment. Rego suggested that fame from Gossip Girl went to Blake's head, especially since she was only 19 when the world started blowing her up. Another intriguing claim is that Blake's attitude soared to new heights after her romance with Leonardo DiCaprio ended. Rego recalled how Blake returned to the Gossip Girl set in a foul mood, carrying a pus on her face and essentially ignoring the extras. Then Ryan Reynolds appeared and everything changed. He started coming around, bowing down at her feet. According to her, the dynamic further fed Blake's ego. All of that fawning might help explain why, if a co-star like Justin came close to overshadowing her, she'd be quick to shut them down. These revelations pop up at an already fraught moment for Blake. She's embroiled in a feud with It Ends With Us director and co-star Justin Baldoni, who's counter-suing her for a whopping $400 million. The suit involves around allegations that Blake twisted the narrative to paint Justin as a weirdo on set, accusing him of tons of stuff that made her deeply uncomfortable. Justin denies it, claiming she's the real villain, hijacking his directional project, and icing him out of promotional events. Adding spice to the pot is a behind-the-scenes clip Friedman, Justin's attorney, released showing a dance scene between the two leads. Blake's side calls it further evidence of his boundary pushing, alleging you can see him leaning in uncomfortably close and ignoring her repeated suggestions that they just talk instead of getting too physical. Justin's team, however, says the footage demonstrates a consensual, playful moment that is being distorted for headlines. The lines are drawn and neither side is backing down. Meanwhile, Blake's lawyers are trying to muzzle Justin's camp with a gag order, calling Friedman's media approach an unethical campaign, to which Friedman responded that Blake is simply petrified of the truth. Now, with Rego stepping up to say actually Blake's behavior didn't just flip a switch in 2024, she's been like this for years, fans are putting the puzzle pieces together. If what Rego says is accurate, maybe Blake's notoriously sweet public persona hides some real behind-the-scenes rudeness. Rosella even says that when Blake tried to be nice to the extras, it came off stage and forced a polite thank you that was so over the top it felt disingenuous. Rego characterized it as Blake reluctantly doing the bare minimum to appear friendly, but losing interest if you were just a normal person. She claims that was especially apparent when Blake was in a bad mood, like when her fling with Leo fizzled out. Rosella also touched on the swirling rumors that Blake might have had a flirtation with Justin and turned the tables when it somehow went south. She described Blake as someone who throws people under the bus if they don't cater to her every whim. From her vantage point, it's easy to see how Blake might have let the power dynamics from Gossip Girl carry into It Ends With Us. If the gossip's true, once she realized Justin wasn't putting her on the usual pedestal, she might have escalated their conflicts. It's not the first time such theories have popped up. Some fans on social media already suspected that Blake might have caught feelings for Justin that were unreciprocated, or that Ryan found out about something and forced her to spin the narrative. The speculation is endless, but Rego's comments bolster the storyline of Blake as someone who can't handle not being worshipped. Curiously, none of this seems to match the carefully curated brand Blake promotes on social media, where she's the witty mom joking around with Ryan, rocking stylish outfits, and leaning into that relatable star next door vibe. The idea that she might openly burp or pass gas around underlings, acting like they should feel honored to smell her fumes, is hardly the type of comedic anecdote fans would expect. Yet for Rosella, it's a big reason she labels Blake horrendous behind the scenes. Of course, we should note that Rago is just one voice. Others on the Gossip Girl set have previously praised Blake's warmth, though few are as specific as Rosella in describing day-to-day interactions. Gossip fans might remember small controversies about Blake not always being super chatty with extras or holding herself a bit aloof. That, however, might be typical of big star stuff. Some leads are more approachable than others. Still, Rago insists Blake's behavior went beyond normal standoffish. Meanwhile, the stitch with Justin Baldoni is overshadowing everything else. The film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel was a huge box office draw in August, but the stars behind-the-scenes feud quickly became the bigger story. Even though fans loved it, the promotional tour was tense, with Blake and Justin apparently avoiding each other. Now we knew from official court documents that the tension was more than mild annoyance. Blake says Justin allegedly showed her strange images, boasted about his parts, improvised some actions without consent. Justin's side laughs that off, claiming it's total invention. Friedman says Blake's false allegations were part of a carefully orchestrated hit piece in the New York Times. Friedman also blasts Blake for forcing the whole thing onto front pages, only to cry foul when Justin tried to defend himself. Rago isn't the only person in recent days to slam the Blake-Ryan duo. Another old story popped up about Ryan Reynolds allegedly being horrifically mean to TJ Miller on the Deadpool 2 set, apparently fueled by insecurity. TJ talked about it in 2022, but the anecdote just resurfaced thanks to the swirling negativity around Blake's discussion with Justin. So now fans are wondering if Ryan also has a dark side, or if TJ was exaggerating. The synergy is tough to ignore. Ryan's name is in Justin's countersuit, which claims he used his Hollywood clout to sabotage the film's premiere for Justin. All of this begs the question, how many co-stars or behind-the-scenes staff have felt overshadowed or belittled by Blake or Ryan? Could Blake's discussion with Justin be part of the pattern in which she demands total adoration? If you don't provide it, she's quick to brand you as a creep or villain. Rago certainly sees it that way, claiming Blake's real problem with Justin is that he didn't treat her as the unstoppable, worshipped star she's come to believe she is. The ex-Gossip Girl extra was blunt when she said she thinks she can do whatever she wants, and if it backfires, she blames someone else. Maybe the gas, burping, or ignoring extras from decades ago has nothing to do with the new accusations. On the other hand, multiple alleged behind-the-scenes stories can paint a pattern for better or for worse. The entire fiasco is reminiscent of how fans once revered Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, only to see skeletons tumble out in court that drastically changed public perception. For now, fans are left to sort through more accounts like Rago's. Some see it as a petty vendetta from a bit player, but others treat it as a puzzle piece in a bigger mosaic that's not flattering for Blake. Behind the scenes, attorneys for both sides are ramping up. Friedman claims he's developed a website dedicated to presenting unedited footage and text messages. Blake's team calls that more of a manufactured media stunt, but Friedman insists it's the only way to correct the record. We're basically watching a PR showdown as both parties scramble to out-leak the other, each declaring the raw truth is on their side. Regardless of the outcome, Rago's depiction of Blake on Gossip Girl is an unwelcome addition for Team Blake. People are piling on, remembering rumors that she was standoff or moody on set. The mention of her occasionally being kind, yet only in the over-the-top, possibly sarcastic way, is the kind of detail that lingers in public memory. What do you guys think? Is this co-star telling the truth? Let me know in the comments. I hope you have a great day.